Thank you so much for watching these videos. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. So today we're going to be installing the Vue.js CLI. And before we do install the CLI, first thing I want to do, I'm going to come and install Node.js. So I'm going to come to my Google and search for Node.js because Vue.js runs on top of Node.js. Alright, so we're going to click on the Node.js and then we're going to download the latest version of Node.js and install it. So I'll click here, okay, and I'll be able to download. So fortunately, I have the latest version that is installed of Node.js, okay, which is 6. Okay, I don't have the latest. the previous is 16.2. So let me download this, okay, and it's downloading. It's only 27 MBs. That's what it indicates here. All right, so it's done. I'm going to open the file. Okay, and then I install Node.js. So I'll be installing the latest Node.js which is 16.6. The previous one I had was 16.2. All right, so I press next. I accept the terms. I press next, and then I choose where my Node.js is going to install. So some of these are defaults, and I click to install, and I'll be installing Node.js. Alright, Node.js has installed successfully, so let's click finish and then we go to the CLI. Okay, so these are the shortcuts by Gripper, but let's go to the CLI itself and then we right click and then it loads the page. So this is the CLI and I'm going to click getting started. Alright, so we need to first install the CLI globally, and I think I did that. But how to install the CLI globally? It is very easy. Now you can read through, okay? So this will help you, instead of doing what we've done with our previous project, then import this and what, then create a new project and this and this. So the CLI is going to help us because we're going to be running complex projects. And the CLI will help us handle how to create projects, then create defaults for us, things of the sort, and then compilers, right? So let's go ahead and then we install the CLI. So we're going to go to installation. Now you can read about the overview of the CLI, okay? Why you need the CLI. There are several moving parts of the Vue CLI if you look through the source code, things of the sort. So we're going to go direct to the installation. So to install the CLI, if you're using Yarn, this is what you do. So first we're going to be using npm, okay? That's my favorite compiler. So package, so npm is my package to handle my compiler for. So you're going to come to your cmd or command prompt, or if you have your whatever what do they call it, terminal that you're using, and then you paste that. So when I press enter, so it is installing the Vue CLI globally. The Vue CLI will provide a default platform for us. All right, so our Vue.js CLI has installed successfully. So if you need to upgrade or something of the sort, so I'm going to come back here and then I run the same, and then it will give me which version that I have. So my version is 4.513. So if you have a Vue CLI like I had and you need to upgrade, you'll be doing the same. All right, so let me see what is our latest version. All right, so we need to launch the CLI. So this is installing the CLI globally, and we need to launch it. So how do you launch the CLI? Okay, the word is very simple. If I just come here and then I type Vue and then I press enter, okay, I'll get a list of commands of which command I need to type. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to type Vue UI, then I press enter. So Vue UI is going to start now the CLI for us. And there it is starting the CLI. All right, and this is the dashboard. The dashboard has launched. All right, so there are other ways using the command line to create a project, but we're going to be creating using this CLI tool or the CLI dashboard. So I already have a project here, but then when you come and click here, okay, so you will be having one called the Vue Project Manager. So I'm going to create a project, okay, so yours may be empty, it may be like this. Yours may be taking you to C, just like that, okay? So it will be trying to give you whatever is in C, but for us, what we're going to do, we're going to stroke, and then, for example, let me try and create, so, for example, if I come to, so it is loading the folders that are under whatever I'm choosing, for example, human, right? So something. So if I click on maybe 164, it's going to be loading, it's trying to load folders that are in 164. Okay, so it's trying to load projects in WW. Okay, so that's what it has loaded. So I'm going to go to WW, and I want to, sorry, in 164, and I look for WW, and inside WW is where I want to create a project. Okay, so and I'm going to give, so it is giving me the link here. So and I'm going to give that project a name. I'm going to give that project, let me see, just a simple name, YouTube, because I have another project that I'm going to be creating, because I told you I won't be building, I won't be, when we get to interacting with the database, I want to use Laravel, because I don't want to build a full API and what. So I'm not going to be taking you through building an API, but I'm going to be helping you with the concepts of Vue.js. So you can go ahead and use an API or use data from within, created within Vue.js. So the folder is going to be called YouTube, and then I'm going to be using npm. So it's up to you to choose if you're using yarn or pnpm. So I'm going to be using npm. So the target folder does not exist. I can choose to overwrite it. Okay, so I can create the project without beginner instructions, but let me let them be there. All right, so I'm going to go next. Okay, so I want to choose, I want to create, you can choose to create the project with Vue 3 or Vue 2. So I'll create with Vue 3, okay. You can choose Vue 2, but in Laravel, it's still supporting Vue 2, because in fact, one of the reasons I want to choose Vue 3 is because some of the new, some of the plugins, some of them have not been created for Vue 3, and then you'll have issues there. So it's up to you to choose which one you want. But since this is about the basics, the concept will cover both. Okay, so manually select features, I'll do that. No, let me go with Vue 3. And then I create the project. So it's going to be creating the project for me. Maybe I should have chosen manually to create, so that I choose the lint. Okay, that depends on what you want. So let it create a project for us, and we'll see what we have to go with. All right, the project has been created for us. Okay, now that the project has been created, you can see we get some few hints. Okay, so welcome to your new project. You are looking at a project dashboard where you can put your widgets. Now the widgets, we can be installing plugins and others, customized buttons, things of the sort. On the left hand this side, okay, you can install plugins, and then whenever you need to go back, okay, return to the project manager, you have to click here and then go to the project manager. All right, so the project is already loaded. If I need to load another project, it will be among these. Okay, when I go to the project manager, I can see the project. So my project is here. Okay. Okay, so I can even go to the project here, then I choose to open in an editor. So it's the same as going to the project folder where you saved your project and then you choose to open in an editor. That will depend on you. All right, so I don't know which editor they are going to bring for me. Okay. Okay, so it has opened the project here in an editor because I have several editors. To start our project, we're going to have to run the server. So to run the server, you just need to come here and click tasks, and then it loads, and then you click serve, and then you press this green button to run the server. So the moment you click to run the server, it will be loading in this corner, and in this corner, that's when you'll see that the server is processing, and then it will load finally, and you'll be able to open your project. All right, so our application is ready, and I click on open app, and it opens the application for us, and here is our application. Great. So the server is still running, and it has opened the application in the other window, and you can see our application is called, for example, if I click here, it's called YouTube. There it goes. All right, so let me take you through the tour for the package. All right, so here we have Babel, we have package.json, a package log, things of the sort. Now, under our package.json, we're going to find all dependencies and our credentials of the app. For example, we have the name of the application, like you see, and then the version of our application. And then this is the scripts that are running with the CLI, okay? And then which version of Vue.js that we are running, okay? And then there's the dependencies. We have the Babel, CS lint, ES lint. We have the CLI service, the compiler, and more dependencies are going to be here according to the plugins that you do install. Okay, so some of these have been installed by default. Okay, so we shall see what more improvements. We have now source here. We have public here, where we have our action icons, the index.html. Okay, now the index.html, it has app. Okay, just like our recent just like in our recent videos, the things we've been seeing. Now this app in the index.html is being rendered, this app in the index.html, this app ID is rendering items that are coming in from main.js. Okay, so main.js is running our Vue instance, and you can see it is importing create app from Vue, okay, and then importing app from app.vue. So the app.vue they are talking about is here, okay? So this app.vue is running our HTML templates that are being rendered the other side, okay? So it is also importing another hello world.vue, okay? So let me first come to this. So you can see create app, mount app. Just like in our recent project, we have view.create app, this app, and then mount app. Okay, so the same thing here. If I put them side by side, okay. Okay, so you can see in our main.js, in our just recent basic project that was running in localhost, we have create app, mount.app. This here we have create YouTube mount dot, okay, just like we did. So it is also importing app from app.vue. So here we're not importing anything, but we could have been importing another another JS. So we have import create app from Vue, just like for us here we imported the package here, okay? So now when we go to our app.vue, okay, we have the basic component, but it is also importing hello world. So it is giving us an image tag and also importing hello world. So this logo is the Vue logo, okay, but it's in the assets folder. So when you go to the assets folder, we have this logo, okay, the Vue logo. It is being imported here in app.vue, okay. So which means I can create, give in any image here, okay, and I give it the name of logo and it will change. So let me see. So this is it. This is the Vue logo. So let me just input a simple logo here. So let me see if I have a simple logo. Okay, so I'm going to paste this logo in my project app.vue. So let me see. Assets. Okay. Reveal in Explorer. So assets, and I'm going to import that logo. So it's called Poogie logo. So I'm just going to copy this. Then I come back to our folder. Okay. Then I change this. It's in assets, and then this. Okay. Then I save. So which means if I come, or if I didn't even need to refresh because already the CLI is running, but you can see I've changed the logo instantly. Now all these are coming in from app, from Hello World. All these are coming in from Hello World. So which means I can go into components here because we've imported Hello World from components, okay? And I remove all this. I'm going to remove all that. So don't worry, I'm just explaining this and we'll come back to that. So I have an empty div. So if I come here, the div is empty. And I'm just going to add a p tag or an h1, h2 of my name, sorry. h2 of my name. And my name is Kamya Simon. Okay. Then I'm also going to add a simple h1, okay, which is going to say, hello YouTube. Hello YouTube. Great. So if I come, those are the two things that have been added. So we've created our basic, Vue CLI or Vue project. Now, whatever I'm going to be talking about here will be the same thing, or whatever I'll explain in the other side can be the same thing that can be added here, okay, in this CLI. Okay, so for example, I can create a JS and a JSON file, then I call it here, and then I read whatever is in the JSON file.